Sweat Equity Podcast and streaming show, the #1 comedy/business/comedy podcast in the world. Listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We got Jonny Loquasto, comedian, wrestler, announcer guy.
Yeah.
Looks
That's
like
what they say under his name on a little thing.
Third. He's got a special, Quasto special, QUASTO special.com. If you want to watch his special from 2018 that came out a year later, recently.
Lots of Ebola jokes.
Lots of SARS humor. It was weird.
Thanks for making my joke not funny.
This episode, I thought you were going to pile on top of that one. This is why we're the best.
With another disease.
Yeah. Hey, lots of botulism humor. All right, this episode's brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one drag-and-drop content management system. You can make a website with no experience in website building. Easy templates, easy to do. Lots of resources to find out what you need to do when you're making a website. You got a little cute shop. You make turquoise jewelry. You want to sell it online? Have your own website? You got the e-commerce platform right there. You want to do email lists straight out of the website platform? You can do it with their profile.
Don't let people tell you can't do stuff with Squarespace. You can. You just have to learn how.
Yeah, we might have to do another episode where we chew on WordPress dorks. But Squarespace can do anything the other content management systems can do, aka WordPress, and it looks a little bit better. You don't need to be a nerd or hire a bunch of nerds. You can do it with your two little paws.
I agree.
Link is in the description. Let's get it going with a little Doink the Clown. Howdy toddy!
What about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity. What about my sweat equity?
We're good?
We're good.
Is this a question? Is this a video or audio for the most part?
Oh, we do both.
Okay, I want to make sure that my background doesn't look like I'm in my garage.
You know, Jonny Loquasto, I just slipped his name in there real smooth like.
Yeah, and then you talked about it.
And then I talked about it. Why don't you throw them your plugs, website, social, all that stuff. And then if you're watching on video, he looks like an evil version of those Jonny I knew growing up because of the
That's
goatee.
right.
Oh.
I am Wario Quasto at this point with my goatee. So are we recording already? That's my question.
Yeah, where do people find you? We're going.
We've already started. My God, we are sweating already.
We're
All
inside
right.
you, man.
Whew.
He's
All
more
right, you can
inside
find
us,
me.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Both wearing tank tops. I like it.
It's hot as shit. I don't know if you know that. You used to live in Florida. It is so goddamn hot. Plus, we're bros. I mean, that's what we do. Yeah. Bro out.
Well, I like the fact the graphic behind you, you're both dressed like Pitbull. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it is pretty sweet.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, find me on social media at jquasto. That's JQUASTO. That's pretty much every social media handle. Quasto.com. More importantly, right now, if you want to watch my special, QuastoSpecial.com, you can click on a whole bunch of different ways to watch it. So, boom, there we go.
Ooh, Quasto Special. So you were living in. All right, let's backtrack.
Yeah, wait. You guys know each other?
Well,
Yeah.
in LA, we were doing the cool open mic circuit in 06.
Right. Good for your confidence.
I moved out to LA when I was 21. You're maybe the same age, I think.
I stopped counting, to be honest. I mean, all I know is you and I both have bigger foreheads than when we met. So,
well, mine was going to happen.
Open that door, let that dog out.
We got a doggy.
You got a dog on the loose.
there you go.
Barged right in.
No.
Anyways.
So you, I'm 38, just turned 38. You can't be that much older if you are older than me. But you came out from Philly to LA, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Pennsylvania started off in Orange County, went to Long Beach, went to the South Bay, and then creeped up to Hollywood for probably about a decade, I'd say.
And then you didn't remember the story. We were doing Side Splitters in Tampa a month ago or something like that. And I was trying to tell you this story. You don't remember this bad open micer. You know bad open mic guys. Like,
yeah,
they got their thing. Like, they got the one joke that maybe did well. 12 years ago, and they do it every time. And this one we used to do in Santa Monica was a guitar act, and all I can remember was it's a guy that played the guitar, and he was just like, the only line I can remember was like, "And you fuck your cat for Satan," or something like that. And I said it to Jonny. He was like, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "What?"
Without any context, I mean, it's not comedically humorous.
The guy was there every Monday in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica. I want to say it was like 14th Street-ish.
Always had a cat around his dick.
Wait a minute. You're not talking Westwood Brew Co. Are you talking O'Brien's? The bar that.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. O'Brien's was like the longest running something comedy show on the West Side. Like it was just it had multiple bookers over the years. But yeah, I remember going to that.
You used to host it, dude. That's why I thought you ran it because I was so green.
No,
I didn't know any. I don't know. You don't know anything when you're 21.
Yeah.
And then I remember I lived with Brendan T. Gleason, and I just remember it was on Monday nights, and there's a shitty Monday Night Football game on. I was like, "Come on, we got to go. Let's go do this open mic." And he's like, "I'm like, it's literally within 2 miles. We can get there in 7 minutes." He's
like, Titans and Falcons.
He's like, "Nah," and I was like,
"Gotta
see
that.
What are we doing out here?" I remember having this conversation. Like, what are we doing out here? Like, come on, let's go.
To this day, I'd rather watch Titans Falcons than go to. No offense,
for sure.
Well, I guess that's pretty offensive.
But it was like one of those things where he's 5 years older than me, so I was like I'm like, dude, I'm the kid in this place in this whole scenario, and I'm trying to get you to
be my dad.
Well, it's funny you say that though. It's very, very easy to get lazy in a city like LA, even though you wouldn't think so because LA is supposed to be it's the biggest entertainment capital. Yeah, okay, Vegas, but LA really technically the entertainment capital. Aside from maybe New York and of course Vegas. But it's easy to kind of
just keep throwing cities.
Yeah, sure, there you go. Atlanta's killing it. But it's easy to kind of
Mexico City.
It's easy to
After
lose
that,
hope.
It's number 6. Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to lose hope and kind of give up, but then come up with excuses as to why you're just chilling. In the comedy scene, I know so many comics that I've known for so many years who have pretty much just hung out and have never really progressed. They'll still do spots based off of relationships, but they're doing essentially the same shit that they've been doing because they don't work.
Me?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Totally.
Look, it's really, it's definitely, stand-up just by itself, no matter what city, it's really easy to just not go because it's not fun. It's not fun to sit there. It's not fun to just wait when you're starting out, wait for an open mic. And you just
hope that somebody doesn't do your bit. Don't do the thing I saw on the news last night.
I mean, Eric's got a great Roe versus Wade bit, and he might
burned it.
And it might be done, dude. I don't know. 5 comics talked about it before he got up, and then it's not and then you can talk yourself out of it because you're like, well, this isn't like a real show. This is mostly
an abortion.
In LA, at least over here, what's odd in LA, no open mic had anybody else but other comics. At least in some of the ones over in where we're at in the Tampa Bay area, there's some open mics that I don't know how bad your life is that you got to go sit at a booked open mic or something, but there's an actual audience at the ones I frequent. When you were starting out, I remember you were wearing a 76ers tracksuit too. Am I wrong or did I make that up in my head? Yeah,
I mean, in all likelihood, I was probably wearing something 76ers related. So yeah, you're probably on point with that.
No, because I was like, I can't pull that off. I can't get a Heat tracksuit and pull that off.
You have an orange Adidas tracksuit.
That's right.
And you pull it off.
I'll give it to you. Hey, thanks.
Kind of wanted it.
Forgot to do my family pictures with all me and my kids wearing tracksuits.
Yeah.
Real Italians.
That. Yeah, I might steal it.
What's it called? So, all right. So let's fast forward a little bit. So I did you had work ethic. I could tell. But we all have that kind of lazy vibe at us because that's why you do stand up a little bit. It's because you don't really want to do real work. But you were like a physical therapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you got to you got a lot of school to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I always kind of gravitated towards the people that had some kind of grit or some kind of work ethic.
Vocation.
Yeah, because I was working at a mutual fund company in LA. It was the first job I had. my former boss won the Nobel Prize for economics in 2015.
Oh my God! Again with this guy.
the passive investing theory. What up, Eugene Fama?
A little Lebowski urban achiever.
Yeah. So, but you were a hard worker, and you were just living in Florida near us in Orlando. And I was tickled pink that you had been. Tell us about the wrestling side of you. What, like, you're an announcer for I forget the league, but it's right underneath the WWE. I don't know the wrestling world.
In Florida I was with. That's why I was in Florida with WWE.
Okay, so tell us about that journey, I guess.
Oh man, so stand up was like the first thing entertainment related, and still working as a physical therapist the whole way through. And after like a year or two in stand up, kind of around the time we met, I was like, well, I'm either gonna make a career out of this or I'm just gonna quit because I didn't want to half-ass it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so when you and I met, I was kind of just like diving in, trying to get up as much as possible almost every night of the week. I was single. I had nothing else to do. Like, yes, I had work, but otherwise it's like I'm not the kind of person that I've never been the sit at home and watch TV guy. So I just wanted to go out and do that. And then, you just do stand up. Then I kind of fell into hosting on camera. Got a chance where I won this little comedy competition that got me a hosting job. So I learned how to read teleprompter on the job, started doing hosting work. And this is back like over 10 years ago before all the hosting jobs went to TikTokers and celebrities. Like you could actually be a regular person and host jobs if you're talented. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm doing that. One day I'm on this hosting job and I'm talking to the camera guy. We just start talking about wrestling. I don't know how it happened. And he loved wrestling. I loved wrestling, whatever. A couple of weeks later, I get a phone call from this guy, David Marquez. He said, hey, so-and-so told me about you. I'm starting a wrestling television show here in LA. I need someone to do interviews. I think you'd be a great fit. So I came in. We had a meeting at a Starbucks in the Valley. He said, this is what I need you for. He's like, I can't promise it's going to lead to anything, but if you want a job in wrestling, here it is. And I said, yeah, I was going to say yes.
By the way, that coffee meetup you do for these random things like this almost never come to fruition. I feel like I had a handful of those, and I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you at CPK. I'll meet you at California Pizza Kitchen to talk about like whatever you need, a mumbly voiceover or something like that. And like my record was 0 for 50 or whatever of those kind of meetings. But yeah.
Well, this one was legit. It started on KDOC and it's been airing. It initially was affiliated with the NWA. Now it's its own brand. It's the United Wrestling Network. It's Championship Wrestling. And I was with the company essentially for almost 9 years, over 400 episodes. I did everything from interviews to in-ring stuff, and then started doing play-by-play and color commentary over the years. Damn. And it just got to the point where, over the years, WWE was my dream, but I had no idea how to get there because I'm all the way in California. And the way it works in wrestling, the West Coast is kind of neglected, in my opinion, in the wrestling world. Yeah. Most of the wrestling shows are in the South, in the East, in the Northeast. And so for me,
got Steve Kearn's his wrestling school down here that a lot of those guys go through.
Oh, I knew
Tampa kind of like a wrestling.
It was wrestling and boxing were huge, and it was not the mecca, but it was definitely the big hub.
Or this is where they all come to die from steroids.
Well, I mean, Florida's got so many, and Steve Kearn's a legend in his own right.
Well, I went to school with his son Corey.
Nice,
Doink the Clown, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steve Kearn was actually people would know him as Skinner when he was with WWE.
Totally.
Doink the Clown was Matt Bourne. Yeah, Doink the Clown was Matt Bourne, different guy, but whatever.
Oh no shit! What really? I thought he was Doink. We called him Doink in high school.
No, Doink the Clown was a guy named. I mean, there were a couple different Doinks, but the original Doink the Clown was a guy named Matt Bourne. Yeah.
Wow! We don't really unearth a lot of things on this show, but
you heard it here first.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but Steve Kearn, man, if you go back and watch his Skinner promos, he would legit be in like Louisiana style waters and like come up out of the water with a knife in his mouth. And
I love a good wrestling promo.
There were probably alligators around him. Like Kearn was such a badass for this character. Like you talk about commitment, that was what he did, So over the years you make relationships, people get jobs with WWE, and it's all about timing. And a position came open, from what I understand, One of the managers / commentators reached out to me. I sent my stuff. They realized, oh, this guy has done everything with a microphone in wrestling. And so even though WWE has since changed from the pandemic, they are now trying to hire people from other backgrounds and then training them their way, which is whatever, that's their prerogative. They knew I could be like
diversity hire stuff, or like
not so much that. No, like since I left,
more dinks, less doinks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they
that's the HR slogan.
They brought in, people from like what it'd be the football world or the soccer world.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
stuff like that.
Because it seems like if you watch ESPN, like they just cycle through all these retired guys, and then you can see like I'm a dork and watch NFL Live almost every day, and you can see like guys that are about to retire. They're giving them a tryout for a week to see if they're good, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's painful sometimes.
Some are amazing.
Some are good, some are bad. Most are bad. Most are really bad because they freeze up.
You remember Emmett Smith?
Well, they don't have the reps. Yeah, Emmett.
He was all-time worst.
Well, the good ones end up doing radio as well. Like if you can be killer on a radio show, like Bart Scott is like one of my favorites. He's crusher. Like he's so good and he could do anything, He's got opinions. That's the thing that makes him different. He actually sits and thinks like a comic and writes stuff down and like he goes, this is the slant, where the other guy's just like, I don't know, just me. I'll just go in there and be. Yeah. And then there's Tony Romo, who's got a childlike joy for what he does. Like he's having the best time of anyone watching the game, and that translates.
It's Eric's favorite announcer.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I think he's the best.
He's so smarmy.
I love that. I love the smarm.
I called the play. I knew what they were gonna do.
Yeah, he called the play. That's amazing. He's like, look, it's trips right. They're gonna hit Tyreek Hill over in this curl route right here. He's gonna set in a 15-yard curl.
I mean, that's fantastic. But he has a whole week to watch them practice and know exactly what they're going to do. It's not.
Why wouldn't anybody else do that?
Why wasn't he doing that on the field if he knew what play they were going to run every time?
He did. He called the play.
His back wouldn't let him.
Right. He had
we got a couple Romo apologists.
A lot of back issues. But anyways, yeah, so they knew I could be a utility guy. So they brought me in, and over the course of the time I was there, I did every possible job with a microphone and a headset there. So and then since then I've transitioned to doing still in wrestling, but also MMA and boxing. And so aside from stand-up and healthcare, also doing now, combat sports and pretty much anything else I'm hired for.
So if people want to hire him, they can.
Yeah.
Can you throw Eric you're moving that week? You were telling me you were moving. You were doing a show here in town, and I was like, I started like getting sweats, like thinking about you having to do it. It wasn't even me, but you were like, okay, so after this show, I got to go down to Sarasota, and then we got to move everything out, and it's going to Orange County. Then we got to go to Orlando. It was some crazy shit. Can you walk me through that week? And I guess you made it.
Yeah.
Sarasota.
No, not Sarasota. The show we did together was in Tampa on a Wednesday. I had to fly to Richmond, Virginia the next day to do 3 nights of shows. Flew back to Tampa on a Sunday, and basically we had to get ready to move a couple days later. So yeah, that's pretty much. No. Did you have? There was way more to this story.
Easy peasy.
Weren't you living in Orlando? You had a girlfriend in Sarasota or some shit like that.
Tampa, yeah. So I finished up in Orlando. I got out of my place 2 days before we did our show together.
Yeah,
and then at that point I was going to be in Tampa until we moved. And so yeah, it was just a lot of prep. But at the same time, it's like I had a weekend booked at this comedy club. I don't want to say no to work. So
right. You had to move 2 houses in like a 7-day span with a gig in between or something like that. And I was just like,
yeah,
that's
insane.
So tell us about the physical therapy, QuastoSpecial.com, QUASTO special.com.
Physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So I want to hear about this process of recording this. You do it on your own?
Yeah, every cent.
Yeah. What is, if I'm going to do this for my own selfish reasons, if I'm going to do one, what is the advice you would give? I just want to film something. I just want to do like a 30-minute guy and just put it up.
Dude,
the sad thing is, the sad thing is we know the digital advertising space. So it's kind of like that thing of like, you get it up. We know how to get stuff out there for other people. For this show, we haven't done it yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, Is that the living color cast in your bottom left-hand frame?
It sure is, yes.
If you just want to challenge my fighter pilot vision there.
Pretty good eyes. I mean, I think you're being a little bit racist based on
Jim Carrey talk left.
Diversity of it. Like, I see races of people. There's about 8 people.
It's the original cast from season 1. Right next to it, I have the Barkley versus Godzilla poster, followed by Weird Al from UHF. But no, In Living Color is my favorite show of all time, and it's the whole. If it wasn't for In Living Color, I don't think I ever would have tried stand-up.
Your office is like a 13-year-old's room.
Oh yeah, I'm still tinkering with it because we just, I'm moving stuff around and whatnot, and it's looking all right.
No, all right. So if I'm to film something, or there is a comic that wants to film their own thing, or maybe there's a motivational speaker listening to this that's trying to hoodwink a lot of people out of money, and they want to film something. What advice would you give about that? Because I'm the best thing I've heard is Joe Coy talking about microphones, and you need get as many mics scattered throughout as you can.
Hell yes.
Absolutely. Was that an issue?
No, not with my special. If you watch it, the crowd was mic'd up perfectly, but we were like really painstakingly on top of everything. But you can honestly, even in the 3.5 years since I filmed my special, you can do it so much easier now than you see comics releasing specials on YouTube where it's just them at a comedy club with a couple of cameras, kind of like guerrilla style almost, but it's good audio. That's the most important thing. Good audio, good video, and boom, you put it out on YouTube. And I kind of understand why comics are doing it on YouTube now, because not everyone can be on Netflix. And there's really successful comics that get turned down by Netflix. They're like, all right, I'm going to go the YouTube route. I didn't go that route because I filmed I had my whole team. We put it all together. We edited the whole thing. I went with a distribution company, and they were able to get it on Roku and on Tubi. It was featured on Roku, Sling TV, Zumo, and that's what we got so far. But the financial return from that was way lower than I ever would have anticipated.
Yeah.
Not to say people didn't watch, but it's free and it's ad revenue. So it's like you got to watch the 2 ad breaks, whatever. Oof. But like in hindsight,
and you get a cut. Do you get a cut of the ad revenue, just a percentage of that ad revenue, right?
Yeah, we had a 60-40 deal which is I keep 60, they get 40. And so in hindsight, if I would have known, I think there's a deal in my contract where I think I have to wait 10 years to put it on YouTube, but honestly, I might bring it up to that.
But you get it back. That's nice. At least you can buy it back. Because I was just looking at Schultz has a new special. I guess it was, presumably was going to go on Netflix. They wanted him to cut some stuff out. He bought it back and is putting it on YouTube. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Because I think he says like I had to use all my life savings to buy it back or something like that. So he can put it out there. Well, he's got the built-in audience at this point.
Right. If anybody, he is the first one to do it.
He is the guy to look at as I'm trying to figure out what he did and a bunch of other guys to get their audience built up. He's like the pioneer in one way.
Yeah, it definitely helps to have a built-in following. Like his co-host, Kash Singh, just put out a 20-minute special maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. It was just him doing a couple different bits at, I think, a few different comedy clubs because different. It was almost like different scenes, and he mashed it up into a 20-minute set. And from what I understand, it's just killing it, and it should because it's funny. But like that was a simple way of doing it. And with Schultz, he knows his following. Like you see some of these comics, their specials are getting millions of views, and you guys might know better than me. From what I understand with YouTube, the longer the content is, the more likelihood they're going to show it to people because it's professional, it's in HD, it looks good. And so in hindsight, if I would have known the financial return, like I'm still proud of the fact that I can say it's on Roku, it's on Tubi, like that's cool.
Right.
But I think way more eyes would have gotten on it if it was just a strict, straight up YouTube release.
Yeah,
but,
you went on, you segmented it out, but it was 3 years ago. Is a lot has changed, especially in the comedy world. But YouTube does incentivize everybody to stay there. So like our kids, my son's now getting into those fucking kids that play video games shit. Those videos of kids playing endless hours of video games, and I'm like, I'm trying to like see if I can knock it out of him because I know his son's addicted to it. But it's all about attention span. Can I keep them there instead of jumping over from YouTube to Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, right? Same with comedy, but I heard the number with Netflix. They said like 28 minutes is about where the big majority of the crowd, if they bow out, is right there.
Right.
So
I think anything over that, in terms of like SEO of it, I don't know if length of it necessarily matters, but in terms of engagement with the audience itself, they definitely have that data where it's whatever 28 minutes. I don't know if it matters how long it is.
And that's the secondary part of it. You get to know all the stats right there. If you wanted to check in on what you put on YouTube, you can check it every day if you want. Whereas,
and I know Netflix is super analytical. Like that would explain why they do the 15-minute specials and the 30-minute specials primarily. They'll do the full specials for the well-known people. But I remember, so I filmed it in late 2018. It didn't actually come out until about a year ago. And so I remember I talked to a friend of mine at Netflix at the time, and I sent my special to him, and he said, I have like a 4-minute and 20-second opening sketch that kind of like tells people who I am. Because my thought process is if people watch this, they're not going to know me. I've never been a big fan of the comedy specials where it's like, please welcome, and they jump on stage and they tell their jokes and they leave. I wanted variety. I wanted this to be like an hour for someone to sit down and be like, that dude can do a lot more than stand-up. So that's why I put all the effort in.
You wanted to showcase a little bit.
Exactly. And my friend who worked there said, well, if Netflix wanted it, they would make you get rid of this entire first sketch because their analytics show that if a comic is not hitting the microphone in the first 25 seconds, people will tune out. And I was like, well, I don't want that audience, but I appreciate the
I want the audience from 1993, the Living Color audience.
But if they don't know you, I'm going to watch stand-up comedy. Boop, put it on, and like, how long is this going to be?
Well, and
then they do the fast forward through it, and they see, fuck this.
That's kind of what we all grew up on.
That's what a lot of what's happening. No, I know. I remember all that. Everybody had an intro, like they had an opening thing that they did. Like for them to just come out, you didn't put in the microphone?
I love that. And for me, it's like, going into this, I didn't care what the end game was going to be. I wanted to make a special that 30 years down the road, I could look back and be like, that was really cool. And that's what I did. It's same thing with my previous album. It was a whole concept album from start to finish. It wasn't just stand-up. And with the special, I wanted to do the same thing. It's got an opening sketch. It's got a couple of fake commercials where like the special cuts the commercial, and then it's got a completely insane ending. And I'm really proud of how it was because I think it was unlike any other special in recent memory. We'll see how many people end up watching it, but I know it's something that I'm proud of and that I can move on and say, you know what, I'm really happy with that.
That's the key. You're proud of it.
Yeah. That's a lot of the inertia for me to do something because I've been doing stand-up a long time. I don't have a thing. I don't have anything to just go, here's a special or here's something commoditized at some point. Here's something I can tangibly go like, here you go, check this out. I guess it'd be intangible too, but what I would say if I'm you, I'd blow in a call and see, and just every 3 months or so, just see if you can buy it back for nothing on the dollar or whatever.
You still want that, do you? That old special of mine. That's just laying around.
And then chop it up, have it full length premiere on it, but also chop up each of those parts and put it out there too.
Or maybe remix it, throw a little bit extra in there.
Mm-hmm.
What's weird is the reason apparently that it's not on Amazon is I guess Amazon at some point, I think it was around election time, Amazon, I guess, did a very, very poor job of policing who put content on there.
Yep.
And I guess a lot of like blatantly insane conspiracy shit got on Amazon right around election time.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah, they tried to make it almost user enabled like YouTube to get their stuff on the platform, and then was like,
and that's why
wait a minute.
A lot of people can say, "Oh, you can watch my shit on Amazon." Yeah, because they're paying to put it on Amazon. Like it may be garbage, but it's there. So I guess at one point Amazon got rid of all what they consider unscripted content. So they grouped documentaries and comedy specials in together.
Yes,
and so
I did hear this. Yeah,
and so the distribution company was like, "Sorry, we can't get it on Amazon right now. We're trying." And I was like, you have to get this on Amazon. It's a comedy special, and it's one of the biggest, things out there for people to watch. And so I'm still waiting. If it doesn't happen soon, I don't know. I might just ask like, hey, do I have the freedom to put this on YouTube? Because clearly I don't think any more money's coming in. I want people to see this.
How about a very uncouth idea? And I've heard this. Talked to Bert about this. Bert Kreischer. His Russian mafia story went berserk on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Or really Facebook first, then YouTube. But the thing that helped him a lot more, that it was ripped, put on the different YouTubes of different countries too. So like, so all these people were ripping it, and his management was like, we'll tell them, we'll get it taken down. He's like, no, this is great. Keep it up.
You know how to work a VPN?
Yeah. So putting it out there, I'm just saying this is an uncouth way to go about it, but maybe you could be big in Finland and go over there. But all the English speaking countries have their own YouTube by country, right? And then everybody's ripped it and put it up there, and he got a lot of following that way too.
Wow. That's great foresight on his end to be like, no, don't do anything. Let the people watch the bits. Like that's the most
right.
And that's where comics, because like nowadays, you guys see it. Comedy clubs are booking TikTokers and like viral celebrities who don't even do stand-up, and people are buying tickets. They are selling out clubs because people just want to see these people make an appearance, and whether they're drinking wine and doing a PowerPoint, they don't give a damn. So like as a comic, the more views you get on your stuff, that's like truly the best way to get people to want to come see you.
Well, that's Ralphie May's theory. Hey man, that's like if a pig fucker was on stage and sold out 11 shows in a week, guess who's going to headline the comedy club? A guy fucking a pig. And you're like...
And I can't really blame the clubs either. It's like the clubs need to make money. Now, granted, comedy clubs don't promote like they used to, and that's on them. But at some point, it's like, yeah, if you have an act that's going to sell 300 plus tickets on a Sunday at 7 p.m., you're going to book them, even if it's not traditional stand-up, even if it's not good.
Yeah, look, I think about the model. It's a really flawed model because it's not multi-purpose. Because like you got 7 shots a week to make your nut, right? So, and if someone comes in for the full weekend and it doesn't pull people, I always think like you should make a comedy club. If you made it from scratch, you should make it multi-purpose. It should be a music club during the day. You can use it as a meeting hall, kind of modular. So you get the most utility out of the spot. That's the problem with the club model is you're basically a bar.
Yeah, but it won't have that crusty club feel.
Oh, you want that?
Yeah, well, that's why you know when to laugh.
You want that old carpet smell?
Right. You know not to take things seriously. They don't take cleaning the floors seriously. I'm not going to take my life too seriously.
Okay.
That's how
we can make it modular and kind of grimy.
So you guys know.
All right. We ask everybody that comes on the pod this question the first time. Eric hates the question, but I'm going to keep doing it.
I forgot to come up with a new one.
He forgot to come up with a new one. What advice would you give your 13-year-old self? You can travel.
Eat less tartar sauce.
Well, Jesus Christ.
So quick.
I was going to.
So quick with that answer.
He was very quick.
What happened with the tartar sauce?
I was a fat child, and I ate
From tartar sauce?
Well, that was a big part of it.
In Pennsylvania. It wasn't like you're eating a lot of things.
Where in Pennsylvania? Where you went in Philly?
I grew up like an hour north.
Where an hour north?
He's got family there.
I got family out there.
We're going to the Auburn Penn State game this year. That's going to happen.
Okay. And I grew up in the Lehigh Valley, Northampton to be exact.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's
Near Allentown.
I lived in Allentown when growing up.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you grew up here.
Amish country, dude. Yeah. It's
Sweet.
Weird. Yeah, man.
When did you live in Allentown?
When I was a little kid. I was like 3 or 4.
Huh. I knew you had Pennsylvania.
My sister was
roots.
born there.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
There you go. Boom.
How about that?
Yeah.
So yeah, less tartar sauce, less dessert. That would be. But as far as career advice, as a 13-year-old,
It's whatever you want. Tartar sauce plays. But if you have something else, you can travel back in time, grab yourself by the lapels, pull your fat little chubby face to your face now.
I would I would say if I could give advice to my 13-year-old self, I would have said, hey, that thing you like doing, start doing it earlier. Like basically, like I always loved comedy. Like I wrote a movie script.
I really thought that was a jerking off.
I thought jerking off for sure.
No. By 13, I was already professional.
I thought you were like, do it by 10. Yeah.
No.
You're wasting your golden years.
Like I wrote I wrote a movie script when I was in college, but like I wish I would have. I had the urge to try stand up and like so I wish I would have. I wish I would have considered doing like I started stand up at 24, so it's not like I started super late. I just I wish I would have jumped into that even sooner, and I would say I also wish I would have focused on the broadcasting side of things a lot earlier. Like it's one of those things I truly didn't realize like the talent I had for it until not way too late because things are going great. But I wish I would have jumped into that part of it a lot sooner, like trying to figure out how to work in wrestling first, and then it could have led to other things. But luckily, I've been able to make up for a lot of lost time the last couple of years. So.
Yeah, you get a lot of horse shit people that are like, if you got a plan B, you're not going to make it in stand up. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
Like, everybody has a side gig eventually in stand up. You do stand up, and then it's like you're going to branch out into something else too. That's probably comedy related. So it's always like, I never really liked that, but I get the perspective of don't spread yourself too thin kind of thing.
Yeah. Dude, have you ever tried a Jim Rome impression? I feel like you could totally pull off a killer.
That's
Jim
the
Rome.
goatee you've got.
I do the EA Sports guy really well. Jim Rome, I'd have to listen to, but I know he has because the thing with Jim Rome, he's got those odd pauses. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like his pauses make no sense. Where he's like, I don't know, give me a topic. I'll just try to wing it. Who should I talk about? Or
Carmelo Anthony.
All right, Carmelo Anthony, good shooter, old now. What's he going to do? Go to the Lakers, team up with LeBron again? Guess where it led them? 32-50. Don't think it's time for Carmelo to come back.
I think
That's not the first time you did Jim Rome.
I think
way.
It's got legs, dude. I think you got to get a green
But
screen.
I was saying it because the look is there. Like you throw a suit on, dude. You can walk in throwing his name around like it matters. I don't know.
What's the video where he calls the guy whatever Chrissy or whatever?
Jim Everett. Yeah.
Jim Everett.
Oh yeah. Okay, Chris.
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah. That was way back. We're talking almost 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
That's a legendary video, though. I think you got to get a green screen and maybe do a fake Jim Rome show.
Bro, I got a 6-footer green screen just off to the right of me.
Humble brag.
Well.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Quasto Special. Maybe go check it out. QuastoSpecial.com. We'll put it in the description.
Maybe rip it. Put it
Yeah,
in Europe
off camera, I
somewhere.
want to get your guys' advice on how to get this damn thing out to more people because, Jesus.
All right, yeah.
Email list be number one.
Set
Well, I've
off
done that.
camera.
This show's to
Now
help the
it's
people that listen to it too. Export everybody you've ever emailed ever. Put it in Excel. Put it in MailChimp. Put it out there. Make a campaign out of it.
Yeah. I pay a stupid amount to MailChimp every month, mostly for nothing. So, yeah, I should start.
You should utilize that. It's still the number one.
Yeah.
I mean, for relationship marketing, still number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
I'll give you a ring, buddy. All right,
I like
man.
it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
dude.
boys.
So yeah.
Thank you.